Black Ops 7 is dog shit, dude. It's so bad. This comes to no surprise. Yes, BO7 is failing. It's terrible. It's not doing well. It's widely considered to be an underperforming release, facing significant criticism with reports of lower sales, user engagement, and negative reviews compared to its predecessors. Let's talk about why Black Ops 7 is failing. What's wrong with the Call of Duty space? What is going on with this franchise? First talking point, franchise fatigue. Let's just get this out of the way. The player base is tired of the game.
I'm tired, boss.
People are burned out on the multiplayer in Warzone. They are tired of how obnoxious the gameplay has gotten. The controversial elements of the game being momentum throttling, movement experiments every season, silent nerfs and weapon inconsistency, hit reg, lag compensation, player burnout, and the franchise itself having an identity crisis. Players aren't stupid. Most players understand that this is happening. The players that are really good, those guys, those highly visible players operate environments most players don't. Private lobbies, controlled settings, and sometimes hardware or network advantages. That creates a perception gap. Maybe you have a handful of guys that are cracked out of their minds. Yeah, they do exist, but I'm also serious about others exploiting the game, trying to force advanced or futuristic gunplay down everyone's throats. Honestly, it only worked with Black Ops 2. And here's a hot take, I've never been a big Black Ops fan. I've always liked the Modern Warfare games better, that's just me. But Activision for some reason thinks that there is a market for futuristic warfare. Why they think this, I don't know. Futuristic shooters already exist and do it better because they're built around that identity from the ground up. Call of Duty was built on grounded, readable combat. You have games like Titanfall, Apex, Overwatch. Already offers a futuristic gameplay experience. Their guns in their world are all fictional and futuristic. That market is already covered. Maybe they think they can share that market. Wonder how that's working out for them. Yes, being tired of Call of Duty is definitely affecting player counts and sales for BO7, but it's also the fact that people don't want futuristic Call of Duty games. That's not what made this franchise popular in the first place. I mean, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to realize this. Look back in history. The numbers and the reviews are going to tell you everything you need to know. Too many studios are working on the game. So this is really just my outside perspective, but look at Elden Ring. From Software. Now, compared to all the external studios that are part of Activision and everyone they have that has worked on a Call of Duty game, compared to the 450 plus employees or so working for From Software, then it starts to paint a picture. When you have a more condensed studio with fewer people, in practice, that game gets more of a personal touch. Sometimes more hands on deck can hurt the development of a game. A big reason Call of Duty has to throw so many bodies at development is because they've been releasing games every year. On top of that, they are still stretching people thin, then throwing them away like baseball cards when the game is finished. This creates a very low job satisfaction and it eats the studios from the inside out. Smaller studios tend to have more of that labor of love. Elden Ring had a strict release date, but the game's development was over 6 years. That game was even delayed because they prioritized quality. The game had a successful launch because of this. That's why you hear things like, this Call of Duty game is soulless. Casino-style gameplay. This kind of ties into my first talking point, but the practice of manipulating the game experience has not won over an already dwindling player base. Players are just exhausted. The truth is, they are targeting younger people. More specifically, they are targeting kids. Of course they are. They are the future. That's why older generations that grew up with Call of Duty are falling off the wagon. Engagement optimized design isn't about fun. It's about retention. And that model works better on younger players who haven't developed that fatigue yet. Older players, this stuff isn't going to work on them anymore. The game feels amazing for 3 matches, then something changes. Gunfights, movement, hit reg, and that's when it stops feeling competitive and starts feeling manipulated. Call of Duty has lost their character. It's all just generic storytelling with generic characters, generic gameplay, generic environments. How many times can I say generic in a sentence? I'm going to say generic again here in a minute. Just wait. Character is super important to video games. They foster an immersive gaming experience, good storytelling, compelling characters. They all add to this, right? Gameplay environments should not just be three-way maps with generic block structures for cover. Flat lighting, boxy geometry, artificial lanes. There's no sense of place in these multiplayer maps. In multiplayer, I get it, it's harder. You're focused on the opponent, but that doesn't mean I don't want an immersive experience or an immersive map to shoot people in. Maps should have more of an organic flow to them. They should have a more organic look to them instead of them looking like laser tag arenas. I think that's why Rebirth Island is so successful. It's organic, it's based on a real place, and when you get down to the scale and where the buildings are located on the actual map, on the actual island of Alcatraz, it's scary close. Like, it's very similar. And I think that's why this map works so well as a multiplayer map or a Warzone map. I know people like Verdansk, but to me, it's just generic. It just doesn't feel like a real place. One building looks the same as the other. It's the same entry, the same stairways, the same environments. It's the same thing. And I think that's why Haven Hollow doesn't hit for me. It all just looks the same. Simple block structures with interiors that look the same. You go into one building, you've been in them all. People are stepping away from the game. They're stepping away from Call of Duty. My generation is stepping away from Call of Duty. Something I noticed, especially with a lot of streamers these days, is they're kids. They're all young. They're all in their like early 20s. You know what's funny is that we were kids when Call of Duty became really popular. Now, again, kids are the target audience. Guys, that is going to do it for this video. If you liked it, hit the thumbs up for me. Talk shit down in the comments. Until the next one, I'm out of here.